The story of the cracked pot. In a small village, nestled between rolling green hills, there lived an old water bearer. Every morning, he would walk down to the village well, carrying a wooden pole across his shoulders. Hanging from each end of the pole were two large clay pots, used to bring water back to his master's house. One of these pots was perfect. It had no cracks, no flaws, and it always delivered a full portion of water. The other pot, however, had a small but deep crack along its side. Each day, as the old man walked back home, water would slowly leak from the crack, and by the time he reached the house, the pot was only half full. For 2 years, this routine continued. The water bearer made his daily journey, filling both pots at the well, carrying them carefully across the dusty path, and delivering water to the house. The perfect pot was proud of its work. It never spilled a single drop and knew that it was fulfilling its purpose perfectly. But the cracked pot felt ashamed. It knew it was failing. One morning, as the old man was filling the pots at the well, the cracked pot finally spoke. "Master," it said in a sorrowful voice, "I need to tell you something." The old man smiled and replied, "What is it, my friend?" With sadness, the pot sighed, "I am broken. For 2 years, I have leaked water every single day. Unlike the other pot, I have failed in my purpose. I have wasted your effort, made your journey harder, and have never been able to carry a full load. Why do you still use me when I am not good enough?" The old man listened carefully, then said, "Before we go back to the house today, I want you to notice something along the path we walk." Confused but curious, the cracked pot agreed. As they walked along the narrow dirt path back to the house, the pot observed its surroundings carefully for the first time. On its side of the path, something beautiful was growing. Vibrant wildflowers in shades of yellow, blue, and purple. The cracked pot was astonished. On the other side, where the perfect pot was carried, the ground was dry and lifeless. There was no color, no flowers, no greenery. Seeing the pot's confusion, the old man chuckled softly and said, "Did you never wonder why there are flowers only on your side of the path? You see, I have always known about your crack. So, 2 years ago, I decided to plant seeds along this road. Every day, as we walked, the water that you thought was wasted was actually nourishing these seeds. It was your flaw, your crack, that helped these beautiful flowers grow." Because of you, I have been able to pick fresh flowers to bring joy to my master's house. Because of you, the village children have had flowers to play with. Because of you, the bees and butterflies have found a home. The beauty you see around us exists because of you. The cracked pot was speechless. It had spent years believing it was broken, that it was worthless. But now, for the first time, it understood, its imperfection had a purpose. From that day forward, the cracked pot no longer felt ashamed. Instead, it embraced its flaw, knowing that even though it couldn't hold all the water, it was still making the world a more beautiful place. Moral of the story: we all have flaws. We all have cracks. But sometimes the things we see as weaknesses are actually our greatest strengths. Even when you think you're not enough, even when you feel like you're failing, remember, you might be making the world more beautiful in ways you don't even realize. Your imperfections don't make you less valuable. Sometimes, they are what make you truly special.